later. Okay. The focus is anything but an abstraction, quite the opposite in fact. It is governed by mathematically rigged regularities. You see, no one but the owner of a focus may get inside. This can only mean that Simon had brought the killer with him, or rather, within him, since no physical object may be brought into the focus either. How do you know that? Who doesn't? The Canes are notoriously passionate about all manner of synthetic anomalies. They will never pass up the opportunity to devise a construct that would allow them to warp space, challenge physics, or manipulate optics. Metaphysically, a focus can be compared to a camera obscura. Do note that the name is not unfitting. No, it is entirely impossible for someone to get inside. A curious conclusion, but not an incorrect one. Simon was disfigured and bleeding. His bones were broken. And you're also not allowed to eat, drink, but that makes one suspect foul in regard to Isidore's death. He has been stabbed after all. Allowed to eat, drink, but nice. Is that so? Well, this does produce a different perspective. Did you say Isidore was the last person seen with Simon? The question is, who did he see before? The sun had not yet set when Isidore returned from the steepy. However, he came to Simon well after midnight. The question naturally arises, where did he spend the missing few hours? This is why I'm trying to trace Isidore's steps and want to walk the same route. Don't get me wrong, though. Was Isidore seen with Saburov by any chance? He was. He warned Saburov of an upcoming storm. I don't know, but Saburov's interpreted his coming as an omen of an upcoming unrest among the workers. Alright, let me suggest then that while he was in the steppe, he saw or learned something that he wanted to report to all three ruling families. In this case, either one of the Ogren's family should have been in the industry, especially since Bakra was one of their own men, really. Definitely. The Bull Project, from a lot of these big old terms, I have a gist of what's happening, but yeah, definitely. The Bull Project, from an abattoir to the railway, is controlled by the Ogmiski family. If Isidore's discovery had anything to do with the kin, Isidore would have certainly related to Vlad, so make sure to pay a visit to the Lump. That's the name of the Astley mansion. Another feigned name, wouldn't you agree? Thank you, Ilya. What would I do without you? So, go to their mansion. All these twists and turns. I should go there and here and... so many places!
My arms are flaccid, as if made of cotton wool.
Okay. There's gonna be so much to do in this day. But, so I should go visit this place and cycle around back over there. Making all these places, all these visits. The only thing is, I only have a certain amount of hours before I run out of time. So this is going to become a bit of a challenge. I'm more concerned about time than I am about anything else right now. I guess I need to go back to this house over here, so yeah. The house in question should be arriving. Okay, yeah, it's this place right here. Look at this line of people. Is the entrance like over here? No. This is the place, right? Yeah, this is the place, which means I guess this is the steeple to this. That girl, I think, is important. She looks different than everyone else. Just kind of wandering around like everybody else. Well, there's people here, that's for certain. Holy hell, there's a lot of people here. And yeah, this is a whole-on estate. Guess I'll talk to everybody, starting with you, sir. Or I would talk to you, but I can't. Yeah, I cannot talk to him. Ma'am, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with her? Can't talk to her either. You all look the same. So I guess the only person I can talk to is you then. You're off by yourself, so.
It's nice to see you.
Okay.
No. A town like this can't give birth to a killer.
You're the person that came to marry Akaina in the dream. I recognize you straight away. My name is Laura Ravel, and this is the shelter. You are always welcomed here. My name is Danielle Dascreen. Why is your house called the shelter? Let's be friends now. I prefer being friends with everyone. You always have guests, but your face is sad. Why are there so few people out on the street? Well, yes, I'm a mistress of this house after all. That doesn't mean I'm a mistress, mind you. I'm not with a capital M. I won't ever become one, but I can also serve people to the best of my capability. Wait, who are the capital M mistresses then? What are you talking about? Yeah. The mistress of this town, we call them the Dream Mistresses. Kaina, Ogomeyska, and Sabrova. Now after Victoria and Nina's departure, it's their daughters who are trying to see the future. They are far less impressive than their mothers for now, of course. Maria's probably the best. It's good to see children continue their life work of their parents. Why are you frowning? I'm just in a melancholic mood. We are no way too used to playing the game of tragic predictions. I'm trying to arrange everything back in order. If you are successful in that, I'd be happy to help you if I can.
It's nice to see you.
I know you're a doctor, a wonderful one at that, a celebrity medic. Everyone in our small town knew that the famous doctor was coming here. I'm very glad you really have, because I want you to do a certain good thing. Can I ask a favor of you? Please do, depends on what you need. According to Katrina, I don't have that much time left. She's a mistress, isn't she? Please do. A few years ago, a child death rate went through the ceiling here. 6 people died in a week. 10 or so went down with serious sickness. It made me worried, but unfortunately, we could find the cause straight away back then. In the end, it turned out that children were dying because of a game. World? What kind of game kills children? Yeah. Thinking of the children here seem like they're pretty messed up, so whatever. They were playing, what do you call it? Well, it was some kind of medical game. They were stealing medicine from the adults and making some diabolical mixture out of it. Then they healed each other with it. Back then, the game just faded into obscurity, but now I've heard that they were contemplating doing it again. Someone has already been poisoned. What can I do? I'm not a poisoning specialist. I can't do an examination, of course, but... What for? I tried to ask the kids, but they don't trust us. They think we want to put an end to this dangerous game because we are mean and stupid adults and simply don't get it. So your arrival has come in very handy. So you want me to play with them and gain their trust? That's no simple feat. No, it's much simpler. There's a house somewhere in town, either abandoned or just unoccupied. That's where they play hospital. That's where they store their horrible mixtures. Please use your standing and your celebrity name to put an end to this game. Capella, Oski's daughter, believes that the house will be unlocked today. I'll do my best, of course. How can I find the house? Capella mentioned it's next to one of the ruins. My friend couldn't hear them properly. Have you seen those stone stairways to heaven? I think you might even be able to see the house you're looking for from Eva Yan's window. But most important, it should be unlocked. Do you unlock houses all around here? In exceptional cases or emergencies, yes we do. But generally, houses are supposed to be locked up because they're occupied by several families. People aren't that scared of losing their own belongings, but they care about their neighbors. And now that everyone is so afraid of the man-eater, of course everything's locked. In that case, it won't be too hard to find.
My heartbeat is uneven. I am sick at heart.
I have a very bad feeling. The same feeling plagued me just before my father died. I have a bad feeling too, though I'm generally not superstitious. Well, so many side quests to do. How many handprints can I fit? So they can be seen from the window. It has to be something around there. Eva's window. course, I also took on another other task, which is being filled up. Today's quest, which is being more filled up. Okay, so I should head there as I over to Eva's window. The town theater. They're giving me so many goddamn side quests. Feels like the fastest way to go would be to go this way. And of course, time is a-ticking. Just on the fly, apparently. I'm gonna check something. So it'd be worthwhile to go over this way. Okay, I guess I'll go over to Eva's house site first, because it's kind of far away from everything else. There's bridges closer to Eva's house to sort of wander that way. Haven't been to the town theater yet anyway. I guess I'm not gonna get to it right now because I'm walking this way. That was just, I guess there's more than one teensy, so maybe she's not an important character like I thought she was for a little bit there. No, don't prevent me from going this way. I don't... The thing which I'm most worried about is goddamn time to do all this in. I'm really starting to run low on it, and there's a lot to be done. It's like I'm hoping that these don't all get wiped away after the day, but I'm like almost 100% sure that they will be, so I'm like, oh, because there's so much they're asking me to do. Still, try and make the most of it, I suppose. Only so much time in a day. If I could run, that'd benefit me a lot, but I don't think I can. Let me check there. Settings, it's not a run button, right? Was, then but no, there's not. I was like almost 100% sure that there wasn't, but you know, you never know until you check and all that. Fortunately, I do not have enough time to check the theater today. I already have all these other side quests I'm trying to accomplish. Okay, I'm right next to this building. I'll go inside this goddamn building because I'm right next to it anyways. Do one thing, I gotta do 20 bajillion others, apparently. Okay, so yeah, the building I'm looking for is whoever's coming up here. Not that, yeah, it's gonna be this house right here. Whoever this is, basically. I'll talk to this kid for a second because he looks different than anyone else I've met so far. Wow, that's Starling. What's wrong with you? Let's Trey. So you're playing, huh? Whoever finds another one gets to eat them. There are the rules. What are you talking about? That's how hide and seek works. You're the hunter, you're the hunted. Whoever finds the opponents first kills them. Does that include me? Of course it does. Beware. Don't worry, kid. I'll finish the killer wherever they are. I am the hunter. I mean to head there, kids. Where's the hidden quarters? It's on the Gulls Bank. It's where the Wills and the pub are located, and the works are by the Harbor Society. It's the Gull. It's the river that cuts down Traversley. Okay, see? Indeed, I was just kind of skimming what he was talking about. Apparently, I need a way to enter inside this house, but I'm going to see if I can access it somehow. Oh, the entrance is right here. It's visible on the map. There it is. Unfortunately, I only got 6 hours left in the day, and this time really can fly fast in this game to let that happen. Hello, ma'am. Anything else? Nope.
The winter comes soon, I hope.
Capella, look at all this. If only my dear mother was alive, she'd have taken the reins of power in her hands. Even father would listen to her, but who's to take care of us now? Not Katrina, that's for sure. The mistress is too exhausted. I think I'm supposed to take care of you? Your mother? Or was she? Katrina is scared like a child herself, and I also think she's being tricked. Yes, her prophecies come true, just like it's always been, but They are becoming more and more noisy. Every word she utters comes across as a metaphor. Too bad I don't know your mother. Can she really predict the future? Yeah. Yes, she had waves of warmth and power emanating from her. She held the whole town in her grasp like a giant bird protecting her fledglings. Not a single demon could invade our little community. I remember those happy times. People like her leave the world earlier than those who only live for themselves.
There's a peculiar smell on the outside. What is this?
Okay. Well. So there's probably another entrance door there, because this is a manor, so there's multiple people living inside. This one I need to go visit right now. It's quite the photo there. I could sleep on a big old bed. I was just kind of seeing who's all around, if anyone besides that sir. No, it seems to be just him, so I'll talk to him. Hello, sir.
Fortune turns all things to the advantage of those on whom she smiles.
Bachelor Dusk, or Dankowski, of course. Who else could be so dapper? I've heard quite about... Second, my throat all of a sudden. Who else could be so dapper? I've heard quite a lot about you. Have you taken a look around? Be sure to check the state of the industry around here. We have our own ways. How curious. What is the current state of your industry? Do you think I've come to inspect the town? Come now, it's a complicated establishment with 1,000 years of history. A special approach is required to control such a colossus. See where I'm getting at, chemistry? No, I really don't. It would be pointless to object. But no, such business always leaves room for improvement. I can see now we're not really seeing eye to eye. The project is special, very special. That means common standards do not apply here. That would be naive, you're probably right. We'll come back to that. Probably mistaking me for someone else. I have nothing to do with your enterprise.
So my Haruspex is the Ripper? Funny.
Just getting everything back on track will be an easy task. I'd like to inquire about the fate of my colleague, Mr. Brescher, about the matter of his death, to be precise. How do you think Simon died? Mr. came to see you last night. What are you implying? What is the manner you're talking about? Be so kind as to mind your own manners. I had nothing to do with it. Don't they say Isidore was murdered by a steppe demon, a Shamnakadir? That was that thingy, a talon they fished out from the wound. I can take this from kids and weirdos, but you, a respectful gentleman, right? A demon. Why didn't I think of it right away? It was so obvious. It's hard for you to believe, isn't it? It used to be hard for many. Take my boy, for example. A scoffer, I've never seen one, and now even he believes it's real. He went off his head a bit. You're in the steppe now, esteemed sir. That's Eastern and backwards. The dead rise from their graves, clay dummies dance, and bulls talk. Do bulls talk? Does he know the steppe well? That's senators, and how do we catch this creature? There might be a way, right? I have no idea. I'm not a steppe man. These animals are only as interesting to me as they are productive. All is good as long as the plow is pulled. As for how they're quacking them on themselves, who would seriously take interest in that? Why was I cursed with a son like this? Oh, my sins, my grave sins. So your son bears a little resemblance to you. He rubs elbows with the rabble, the butchers, and dog-ace shepherds and gatherers, learns their ton, collects their legends. He doesn't keep them in check at all. They even dare to come visit him within the premises of the town. If you see a worm creeping through the streets, he's definitely looking for my son. What's wrong with them visiting within the premises of the town? You call them rabble? They're dangerous, they're aggressive, and they hate everyone who isn't a steppe person. They'll jump you and kill you on the spot. They'll tear you up with their teeth and devour your flesh while you're still throwing fists at them. So if they're spotted within the town, countermeasures are taken. So what of your son? Perhaps you could tell me more about the creature so he knows so your son is the murderer. Perhaps you could give a shelter to them. Hold your horses. You want to talk to my blockhead? No, you have nothing to talk about. He's not here, thankfully. I don't want you to meet him. I don't want you two to meet. You hear me? You heard me? These are tradesman's words, and I'll stick to them. I won't leave it at that.
Yes?
Yeah, scan everything back on track would be easy. How do you think Simon died? I don't think he was murdered. How would he, who craved monarchy, not perish? He couldn't, not in this place. Balance requires equilibrium, so Simon's course of action contradicted yours. Say Simon's death worked in favor of the local hotshots, huh? Come now, what I'm saying, when someone takes too much upon themselves, they always end up ground down. That's how life works. Yet, they say Simon was the only one to bend the circumstances, not the other way around. No one seems to doubt that. But there were signs of otherworldly visitor that night, weren't there? Simon has lived a very long life. Very long. He was a worthy man, but long doesn't mean eternal, does it? No one is to blame for his death. Examine the body, you'll see for yourself. It just happened. How would you know what would be on the body? Can't let me examine the body. Well, that is temporary, a family tradition. He's not lying to you. He truly believes Simon was murdered. Were he to admit that Simon simply died of death, he'd probably go to his last home himself. The shock would be too much for that man. That's strange. Gregory Queen didn't appear sentimental to me. I sure can't even see
So
you last
my
night.
Haruspex is the Ripper?
Don't try to deny it.
Funny.
So what if he did? I'm also aware of what you two have been talking about. All I want to know is why he left to see Simon afterwards. Oh my, pray forgive me. So he wanted to bring me to heal the traitors, that bastard. Well, what he asked for was for me to stop the factory. How could I not kick him out? What were his reasons? What did he tell you? Who else had you spoken to? Perhaps you could take measures of what kind? His reasons, huh? The bastard. He reasoned he'd pay a visit to my daughter. He knows full well now how to pull my strings. Well, I told her to lock the doors, so away he went. None the wiser. Oh, the bastard. So he went to Simon, huh? Thank goodness my loafer of a son is hanging around somewhere, or else he could have what? Huh? That, my dear and respectable friend, is none of your business. My property is, like I said, is in order. See the skin and meat delivery reports? Do you know how hard? No way. It's my domain, whether anyone writes or not, and I'll have my way with them. I see you're the big guy here. Yeah.
I can't breathe. Not enough air.
Don't be tasking, so it'll be hard, and yes, there's not enough air, apparently. So I need to meet this guy's son. Well, if I meet his son, then I will meet him. Unfortunately, I have no idea where his son might be. There's one of these things wandering around. Okay. Unfortunately, it looks like there's a big... Oh, there's some stairs, actually, nearby. If I go behind me and to the left. Which is where this thing's going, too. Jeez, I'm starting a really low run on time. I got like 5-6 hours left still. Let's go, sir. We and I are headed the same way. The windows of this house are bricked in. So I'll check out this house, and I'll also go over here. I'll check out the bricked up windowed house, and then I guess I will make my way to... No, not that. God dang it. To Eleanor's house to be able to get out of these parts. That's also a bigger building over that way. That's the railway station, apparently. I'm going to check out the boarded up window. Looks like this guy and I are really heading in the same direction. That was unintentional, though. Why are you and I headed the same way, sir? Where are you even going to? What the fuck? I haven't saved in a while is the worst part. God fucking damn. Well, actually, I can probably save time. It wasn't that long ago since I last saved, but why did he just suddenly start attacking me? I wasn't trying to follow him, it's just him and I ended up going to the same place. And then he started going crazy. Still though, it's a load game from here. It's not that far back, and I can save some time, because I kind of know where I'm going now, but and that is true, time is of the essence on my side, but I'm going to have to cut a few corners here. And I'll skip to the dialogue, because I kind of already know what they're saying.
Shebnak is an evil man-eater made of clay and bones. She's the murderer.
Scientist, what's horrible?
I have this flush. My cheeks are burning up.
Why do you think the man himself is not the murderer? Okay, but I need gold for that.
I used to sing every...
So what time is it? It's much earlier in the day. There's a few... Basically, I just need to skip through the conversations and do what I need to do. I kind of have the right idea of what to do here now. Unfortunately, I did get back in progress a little bit. The bright side is I'm going to save a lot of time this time. Okay, so... kind of just rush what I just did. And then, thankfully, since I'm not reading the dialogue, I can probably do this pretty quickly, actually. Probably be back on track in just a small bit. I have to remember to save more commonly. I guess those guys will just randomly attack me. Reassociate. Here's the bar. I will talk to some people. I can sell some bullets here. Sell. I'm not planning to use a gun immediately. But yeah, I talk to this folk.
How's my brother? Any news on him? I've had my share of dance.
Alright, then this person. Yeah. Move back over this way. Now, since I've got a bit more time this time, I'm just gonna try and book and do everything I need to do. I'll try to get $2,000, pick up the miscellaneous things, and all that fun stuff. While also doing all the main quests, which I can, and try and see if I can keep the conversations the same. Honestly, all I need to do to catch up to where I am, I need to talk to this guy, talk to the woman, and then talk to the other person. I only really need to talk to 3 people and skip through the dialogue and be back to where I am. One of the pros and cons of the death side of things. Okay, save time, speedrun. Bob in my head as I go over this way. Hello, sir. You and I have a little bit of talk about. Actually, there's a room up here. Didn't even see it before. Place to store things, but nothing inside. There's a sneeze.
Neither
Hi,
the
sir.
sun nor death can be looked at.
Sometimes I have to. Are you an astrologist?
This Haruspex is trying to prove he's innocent.
So who did it? Any traces? How do you figure that out? Of course I do. I don't know if I have to do it with your hands. There's the house.
Yes. My chest hurts. Can it be conscience?
Okay, also I need to sleep for an hour, so I'll do it inside. this guy's bed, because I'm weird like that. Sleep for an hour. Now then, go through here as I'm speeding up through time. So now he wants me to talk to the girl, so I'll go talk to the girl. All the things to rush through. Everyone's home. Now, what we're gonna have to try and run off and do is talk to the girl, who will then tell me to talk to the other person that I was just talking to, and I'll catch up to where I am, basically. And actually, I've saved a lot of time by dying, I guess. I'll have an additional 4 or 5 hours to do whatever. In-game time, obviously, not real life time. I'm not exactly sure what equates a minute or an hour in this game's time, but it's a fairly long period, it seems. Though time does, of course, stop when you're talking to people, at least important people, so... Anyways, I'll inquire over to the right here. Do what I can as I pick up moolahs. Of course, also hoping that I can get a bit more money on the way, because I need to get 2,000 before I go to the graveyard cemetery area to take the body away. It's like they're making you do so many different side quests in this one day, and I've said this, and I'm going to have to restate it. It's because I think all the side quests undo themselves and change every day, so they're making you so much in such a little span of time. Ma'am, let's talk.
This girl is a changeling. She's not the murderer.
What kind of narrative is this? What was the word you just said? I think I remember most of the choices I made in the conversation. Really? Okay, so then I get that dress.
It's so lonely here.
Okay, moving on back. Then we go on to the next place where I'll talk to that lady again. Also, for some reason the stream's acting up for a second. Let me figure out the cause. Give me 1 second, peoples. I am going to try and mess around a little bit